What up everybody, welcome to a brand new Q&A. Today is Monday, we're gonna kick it off as we have a lot of questions in. And if you want to join this shit, just remember to throw your question in this video on the comment section. I'm gonna heart it, and that means you're gonna get your answer by next week. So let's start it off right now with Mr. Happy Fun Run, which he asks, what's your opinion on the GCD change? Yeah, I talked a lot about this shit. In my opinion, it has made Paladin's rotation even slower than it was before. Like for example, you're slow rooted and you want to close the gap between you and your target, so you pop Freedom. Wait for the 1.5 second GCD, then you cast your Divine Steed. Well, you can maybe make it the other way around. This is painfully slow in a PvP environment. I agree, man, I agree. If you're never gonna remove the GCD, then I think they should at least make Divine Steed break slows and roots. Would love to hear your opinion on the GCD. Dog, I talked about it a lot of times. You know, this change was something that nobody asked for. I mean, it came literally out of the blue, and their explanation was that the gameplay is maybe too fast-paced, especially in PvP. Which, I don't know, man. They said that, I think at some point a month ago or something, they said that, you know, they don't really like it to be that slow-paced, so, you know, they're increasing the damage, but then they like it to be more slower, so I don't know what the fuck is happening in their head. My opinion on the GCD change? Bullshit, okay? Nobody asked for that shit, and I'm not saying they're gonna do things, they're only gonna do things that we asked for, but this is ridiculous. This is why I advocated so much for Paladins at least to stack as much haste as you can, because when you have a 1.5 second on the GCD, it can affect your goddamn playstyle. You feel like a clunky fuck. So I don't like it, man. I think it's useless. I just think it made for even worse experience playing a class overall, and especially for Ret Paladins, which we have basically everything on cooldown. I think we don't have Rebuke and Lay on Hands, which Lay on Hands you cannot use in arenas anyways. So yeah, I hate it, man. I hate it. It doesn't serve no point. It never understood why. I mean, I never understood their philosophy. You know, I'm not saying, you know, hey, I'm not going to accept what you guys are explaining to me, okay? But I didn't understand it. Why? Why would you feel the game is too fast-paced? I didn't feel that way. Nobody that I knew or seen on the forums or Reddit or anything like that complained that the game is too fast-paced. So I don't know what the fuck. And think about it. If your game is like action-packed and there's a lot of stuff to do and everything's blowing up left and right, I think that translates for a bit more fun. Don't you agree? So fuck the GCD change, man, but thank you for the question, keep them coming. Alright, next one is from Stanislaw Grelecki. Hello mate, great informative videos, love it, thank you man. I have two questions. One, I'm wondering what should be better to run for Arena, Divine Purpose or Inquisition? Oh man, we got it last time. I have 22% haste and 22% mastery. 22% haste, flat out? Jesus, what a beast. Second, I have 370 item level chest, shoulder and helmet, but random traits on them. In bank I have a 340 item level chest, shoulder and helmet that has Avenger's Might. What is better for arena PvP in general? Oh man, that's a hard one. So a lot of like super, you know, experienced PvPers and glad say that eye level is gonna be more important than your traits if that shit surpassed, you know, 10 or 15 or even 20 item levels. In your case, if you have a 307 item level chest, just keep that shit, dog. I mean, you know, this whirls around into the older bullshit regarding Azurite gear and Azurite traits and shit, right? And you're like a really good example for this. So on the one hand, you have in your bank, you know, items that have the proper trait, Avenger's Might, which is really good for red PvP. And on the other hand, you have on yourself a 307 item level chest, shoulder and helmet. So if I were you, I would keep my 307 item level, no doubt. Now regarding to Divine Purpose versus Inquisition, I've played Inquisition for the last 2 weeks now. Okay, I've dropped my Divine Purpose even though I was standing at around 18 to 19% haste. And I gotta say, it's working. It's much better. I mean, overall, I felt that I did much more progress this time than when playing with Divine Purpose. I mean, I finally broke 1900, climbed myself to 2K, which is, I don't know if it's the Inquisition necessarily or anything else, but I'll definitely go for Inquisition nonetheless. Plus, I always check in, you know, with more experience and you know, more up in the ladder Red Paladins and the role-playing Inquisition now. So suffice to say, go for Inquisition, my man. In regards to the gear, just keep your 307 item level. At some point, maybe if you're gonna get lucky, you're gonna get your Azerite trait. Okay, thanks for the question, Stanislav. Keep them coming. Alright, next one is from X2J Doe. Hey, what's your opinion about Vanguards? Vanguards Twitch, I mean, I follow Vanguards, man, for a long time. Versatility build compared to Savage 6 Burst, Wings, Crit build, or overall temp build. PS, love your channel and vids. Love you too, man. Okay, so I follow Vanguards a lot. I mean, Vanguards is the first Ret Paladin that I looked up to. Like back in the day, he used to post a lot of videos on his channel. He didn't stream that much WoW, at least not that much during Legion. I'm following him now since he's streaming a lot more. What can I say, man? Yeah, on his level, you know, he can try out whatever he wants. Okay, first of all, he has like the proper experience to do whatever. That's one thing. Second, he always plays, you know, with you know, people that are equally skilled with him. So all multi-rank ones, glads and shit like that. So it's much easier to try out stuff. Now again, he tried versatility. I think he said on one of his streams, he tried versatility overall because he felt too weak. He felt that he was being bursted down so fast. And this is at, you know, 27 to 2800 level, okay? So I don't know what we're comparing here. I'm not, you know, I'm not at that level, so I'll never try to go versatility, or who knows, maybe I will. But if I were to pick between Vanguard's build and Savix's crit build, I would go for Savix's build because it feels, at least for my playstyle, it feels much more appropriate. I'm still a haste bitch, so you know that's my thing. You know, haste and mastery, that's gonna be my thing. Fuck everybody else, I'm sorry. But once again, if I were to choose from the two, I would go for Savix's build because, you know, I like being more in the face, maybe doing that damage. You know what I mean? But thanks for the question, my man, and keep it coming. Okay, next one is from Ismail. Good old Ismail is being quite active on the channel. Okay, we have a huge one here. This is a big one, so be warned. I'm writing after watching your My Battle for Azeroth Issues video. Oh yeah, I was a classic player, man. I was playing WoW beta at Gamescom in Germany even before its release in 2004. Get the fuck out! I love the game, the community. I was a paladin from the very beginning, even if I had to buff my 40-man raid every 5 fucking minutes. I never played vanilla, man, but I heard the stories. I occasionally unsubbed and sub many times now, but the state of WoW right now is just one big fat slot machine. Yeah, I agree. RNG is king. You asked many times why the vendors are gone and why can't you target specific traits or gear directly. Exactly, man, exactly. Give us back the power to choose. And every big streamer is asking this, including Asmongold and the lack of communication. But isn't it obvious? Nobody asked for the vendors to disappear or for loot to be unchangeable. Both things enable you to target exactly what you want, and that is not RNG, remember? That's true. The king now. Because RNG is keeping you from targeting what you want to be done with it. You have to grind your sorry ass off for Azerite equals nothing. They want it exactly that way, sadly. You know, Fred, if you really want to play classic, maybe I'm signing again and play along your rogue pal ass, even if my ping is at 200 because I'm from Germany. Grease and love, bro. Hey man, I'm from Romania, we're close by. We're not gonna have much ping, but I'm going to play classic for sure. Probably gonna make a roll, because from what I remember, maybe you can shed some light on this, but from what I remember and what people were saying, Red Paladins in vanilla weren't exactly the most fun class to play. I don't know about PvP. Some people said they were really super overpowered in PvP, but it was just the playstyle that was boring. So I'm definitely gonna go out for classic, and we're definitely gonna play together. Hopefully that demo shit is not gonna be too cluttered with a lot of people, so we don't have lag and shit. We're just gonna see. But thanks for the input, Ismail boy. Keep them coming, son. Okay, let's move to the next one, which is from Rickson Yaga. Hey Marcelian, I'm thinking about the game. I'm thinking about back to the game after a long break. So you're thinking about getting back to the game after a long break. Always love to play Warrior, DK, and Pala. Could you help me, mate? And next Q&A, tell me what do you think about these three classes and help me decide. Arms, Fury, Frost, or Red. Love watching your movies and listen to your accent. Greetings from Poland, bro. Hey, salute my Polish brothers. Oh man, this when people ask me to help them decide, you know, what class should they play, it's such a tough and it's such a subjective thing, man. First of all, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to PvP, like do arenas and BGs and shit? Because if you want to go for the safe bet and have all the PvP world in the palm of your hands, then warrior would be the first pick, right? If you want to be a little bit more versatile and have a really hard time sometimes and be the underdog, especially in RBGs, then go for Ret. Frost Decays, I know right now they do a lot of damage. I've seen a couple of them in arenas, but they're not that present, not that relevant so far. I'm guessing like the changes they're gonna receive in 8.1 are going to make them a little bit more viable. I'm not saying like they're bad and shit, like again they do a lot of damage, it's just I think they have a really main issue with survivability. So it's either gonna be Arms Warrior or Ret Paladin. You know, obviously I would be subjective to say, hey man, go Ret Paladin. You know, they're in a decent place, not the best. I'm pretty weak, I mean weaker than they were in Legion for sure. So I would say if you just want to get going and, you know, start fighting people fast and feeling some progress and while having some fun, then Warrior would be the thing. Arms Warrior is like the most picked spec, especially in 3v3. In 2v2, Fury could work. I've seen a lot of Fury Warriors in 2v2 arenas doing really well. Fury doesn't do that well in 3v3. So there you go. Take your pick. Thanks for the question, Rickson boy. Keep them coming. Okay, next one is from Seth Perry. Hi, I love the videos. Thanks, man. What are the best red azurite traits for PvP? Well, the biggest ones you can get is the Avengers Might ones. I would definitely go for that. I've seen a lot of these top red PvP guys going for that. I advise for that as well because during Avenger Wrath, you have a big boost of mastery up. Relentless Inquisitor is also good if you're lacking a lot of haste. I play with that as well. Heed My Call is also really good. So yeah, there's a couple to choose from, but if I were to pick 3 of them, that would be Avengers Might for the moment. We'll see what happens in the future if we get some other ones, right? But for the moment, Avengers Might. Thanks for the question, Seth. Keep them coming, brother. Oh, by the way, guys, please do excuse my voice. I am a tad bit cold. Okay, next one is from good old Sakanonak. Hey, first, how should I go against an Unholy DK, Assassin Rogue, Arms Warrior in 2s? We both have a healer in the team, but they have healing reduction. When in late game, I lose usually. 2, should I use Cleansed versus Unholy DK or Assassin Rogues? 3, what is the best class for Ret in 2s? Gonna push high rate 2s. And 4, if you're playing Warrior, which spec would you main for 2s? Oh, nice couple of questions. So what should you do in 2s against Unholy DKs, Assassin Rogues, Arms Warrior when they go for your healer and you lose in the late game? Well, it depends on a lot of things. Against these guys, you should be able to protect your healer better than any other class because all of these 3 guys deal a lot of melee damage. You have Bob for that, you have off heals, and you have Cleansed Toxins, which can be really good against the Assassination Rogue and Unholy DK. The thing is, if you're going for their healer and forgetting about yours, then that's probably a big reason why you keep on losing. So what you have to do is just like maybe play Repentance if you fight these guys and just use Repentance to CC the enemy healer while you kill their DPS. I don't know what healer you play with, but again, you should be able to save your healer more as a Ret Paladin than any other class. Should I use Cleanse versus Unholy DK Assassin Rogues? Yeah, definitely. I mean, against Assassin Rogues, if you're gonna use Cleanse Toxins, the thing is, they always reapply their poisons with auto attacks, right? So it really depends on who you use that shit with. It still can be good. I mean, it can be still annoying for them while you use that shit. So, but against Unholy DKs, the thing is, you really have to watch out for when all of their diseases stack, okay? They start off, you know, with festering and shit like that, and then those things pile up. Versus Unholy DKs, you kind of want to use Cleanse Toxins on cooldown. The best class for Ret in 2s, I've seen Solvix here put in his good info win Ret Demon Hunter. I haven't tried Ret Demon Hunter in 2s. I mean, if you really want to push it, I still believe it's best with a healer, specifically with Priest. Just because they could play Dark Arc and you can have a big chunk of damage when they pop that shit. They help you with the damage. You don't have any Mortal Strike effect as a Ret Paladin, so a Discipline Priest with Dark Archangel can compensate for that, you know, dishing out more damage. I still feel Red Priest is the go-to if you want to like push high 2s. Now, if I were playing a Warrior, which spec would I main for 2s? Arms would be the first choice just because of the Mortal Strike effect, but I've seen Fury do really good. Fury is really self-sufficient, man. It's really good in 2s. I've seen them do a lot of damage, even more than Arms Warrior, but this is in 2s specifically. So it really boils down to like what you're trying to achieve or what your playstyle is. But this is my two cents in it, Saki. I hope it helps, and also peace out to Solvex for, you know, chipping in with his proper info, man. Much love to both of you. Okay, next one is from Alec Fortescue. How are you doing in 2s? Haven't played that much 2s recently. I mean, not on my Ret. I've leveled up my Priest and did a couple of my Rogues, but mainly I did on my Priest a lot of 2s. On my Ret, didn't do that too much. I think I'm still at 1600 something. I did a lot more 3s on my Ret Paladin, and we finally broke 1900 MMR. I think we broke 1800 rating. We're gonna play some more today. If we're gonna climb up, that's fine. If you're gonna drop, you know, that's still fine. I'm still bugging, still struggling to find, you know, long-term partners to play with. That's the struggle. But in 2s, I didn't play that much on my Paladin, man. Sorry. Thanks for the question, Alec boy. Keep them coming. Alright, next one is from Andreas David. Hey man, love your videos. PS from Romania as well. Haha, salutare. Unfortunately, I have cancelled my subscription because I feel like BFA is just not fulfilling my expectations, especially Azerite gear and broken PvP with unkillable mages and weak DKs, and the list can go on. What are your thoughts on this? Don't you miss old Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm? Keep up the good work. Thanks a lot, man. Well, I'm not saying that mages are unkillable. For a Ret Paladin, yeah, a mage can be unkillable, but you know, there's different classes that can kill a mage or can help you kill a mage. Weak DKs, they still can do a lot of damage. I won't say they're weak. There's, you know, okay, I can agree that their survivability is not their strongest points right now, but they can dish out a lot of damage, and I've seen, you know, I've seen DKs do pretty well. In regards to missing Wrath of the Lich King or Cataclysm, man, I always said Cataclysm for me was the most balanced out of them all, PvP wise. I don't know why I feel like that. It's just I think a lot of classes and specs had something to work for them. There was much more individuality for specific classes, and like you would take a rogue for this, you would take a hunter for that, you would take a paladin for this and that. I mean, Cataclysm, we had Repentance instant cast, man. Cataclysm was a time when you could play triple DPS, I remember that, and not one shot somebody down, but still have a good chance on playing. So it was not that bursty. There were games that were bursty, there were games that were more, you know, on the long term strategically, but this is what I loved about it. You could, I mean, I remember playing Hunter Rogue Ret, was it? I think that was the comp, and we were playing at 1900 MMR to 2k, and there wasn't like, you know, 1 minute games. You can actually like off heal really good and, you know, get back and, you know, reset the fight. So it was, for me, Cataclysm, I do miss it a lot. I know a lot of people shit on Cataclysm for valid reasons, but I feel PvP was the most balanced there, you know. Flame at me if you want. Thanks for the question, Andreas, man. Keep them coming. Okay, next one is a big one from Nikki TMD. I just want to say something. I don't play Execution Sentence, I play Zeal. Well, hello, I used to play Zeal in the beta, man, until they nerfed it. I've switched it because I often find myself swapping targets in 2v2s, and some games go deep into dampening where the overall pressure is more important. Yeah, that's true. Often when I would use my execution sentence, my target would use a cooldown or kite me, where with Zeal, doesn't matter if they kite me or they use a cooldown, because I can swap to the nearest target and the stacks from Zeal stack up to 9. I just feel that I can use the full power of Zeal, where with execution sentence I lose potential 50% of the times or even more. Debatable. Plus I have a 385 weapon. Well, if you have that, I can see Zeal working a lot better. And my second most damaging ability in arenas are melee attacks, yes, after Templars Verdict, which is the first place. I also use Divine Purpose because I've saved my DPS with Divine Purpose and Inquisition, and it gave me a slight increase in DPS with DP, so why not? Yeah, fair enough. The only thing that makes me want to go Inquisition is the cooldown reduction on Hammer of Justice, which by the way works now. It didn't work for a lot of time, okay? The Inquisition did not reset the cooldown from Hot. It works now, recently. The cooldown is not reduced by Divine Purpose procs like in Legion, so with Inquisition I'll even have more stuns. 2200 in 2v2, nice. 1900 in 3v3 with randoms through LFG. So to make this a question, what do you think about it? Does it sound logical? It does, man. I mean, first of all, you have the 385 weapon, which is a huge difference, right? I have a 361 Zeal, will not do much with that shit, definitely. And I said, like, back in the early days of beta, out of that row, Zeal was the main go-to pick because indeed white damage was like super high. They nerfed it a bit after that, and execution sentence and final verdict weren't that high at that time. So I did play a lot with Zeal and I loved it. If you watch my older beta videos, you'll see I have Zeal on. It was amazing. I'm not really sure if I can take it right now. I mean, you can make the same argument that, you know, if you cannot catch a target, or if you pop a important cooldown on it, they will just kite you or CC you or anything like that. Same can go for Zeal, man. You can be kited when those stacks are up. So it's a double-edged sword. If it works for you, and apparently it does, you know, 2.2, congrats. 1900 3v3 with that shit, LFG, congrats, man. And if it works, go for it. Maybe I'll try it out sometimes, but I need a better weapon for sure to even like think about it. And playing with Divine Purpose versus Inquisition is the same old argument once again. If it works for you, great. I've switched to Inquisition 2 weeks now, and it's done me really good. Okay, it worked pretty good for me. I don't know if that was specifically what pumped up my gameplay, but it's good. Okay, so I'm sticking with my Inquisition. But thank you so much for the input, man. You give me some food for thought here. I think I'm gonna try out Zeal once again, see how it works. Okay, Nikkei, thanks a lot, man. Keep them coming. Okay, and last question is from our very own Hell Hunter, the biggest Patreon that we have. Do you have any plans on extending the content on Marcelian Online? Nice videos, keep up the good work. Thanks a lot, man. So I'm guessing you're referring to more content in regards to Heroes of the Storm, probably, because if you guys didn't know, Hell Hunter is part of the Mostars team, which is the Heroes of the Storm team that we're partnered with. It's like the channel and them, we're all mixed up and fusionized. It's beautiful. So I don't think it's gonna happen this year necessarily. I mean, we are going to extend the content into like WoW Classic and maybe some Diablo shit, and probably by next year, somewhere on, you know, after the middle of 2019, maybe we can start putting even more Heroes of the Storm shit as well. You know, time will only tell, Hunter. But thanks a lot for the question, dog, and for all of your support. And of course, if he was the one who ended the Q&A, it's time to give mad props to all of our beautiful Patreons. Of course, Hell Hunter, right? Romper Foreskin, Joshua Elliott, Coco Alfer, Syrup, and Helldope. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to us. And if you'd like to support us in that way, Patreon link is in the description. Thank you so much for all of your questions, guys. Have a great week ahead. Peace!